What is up, guys? Quinkun here, and welcome to episode number 9 of my Cristiano Jr. player career mode. Now, I want to thank you guys for all the support you guys have been leaving me in the previous episodes and in the previous videos. I want to thank all of you, and if we get this video to 35 likes, I will take out a Manchester United career mode episode tomorrow. Now, we weren't selected to play in this game versus Aruca, but in the 27th minute, Cisse does score to make it 1-0, and then around the 50th minute, Ruben Semedo scores to make it 2-0, and that is how the game ends. We went 2-0, and I understand that the coach doesn't put Cristiano Jr. in every game because he has to get fit, he has to get his stamina back up, and the transfer deadline day was gonna end, and Cristiano Jr. didn't want to leave Sporting. He wanted to stay for the season and see what happens then. But someone in the comment section down below was asking questions like, what star skill moves does he have, what star weak foot? So I decided to show you guys the stats for yourselves, and these are the stats. It goes from acceleration to agility to sprint speed, ball control, all that. So if you want to pause it right now and check out his stats, go right ahead, but I'm going to be going through the most important ones. Now, for acceleration, we do have a 77. That's not really that good. And sprint speed, it's around up in the 80s. I want to get the finishing a little better, and the ball control, and our free kick accuracy is around the 50s. So, you know, there's a lot to improve on. Although Cristiano Jr. is a 76 rated left midfielder, there are still many things that he can work on, but this is a process. He has to get better game by game. And let's get into the first game of today's episode. Welcome back to La Liga Portuguesa. Today it's gonna be Sporting Lisbon versus Nacional from Madeira. Hopefully Ronaldo Jr. can show us what he's made of. He's done so well in Spain. Hopefully he can come back to Portugal and do much better. But with that, let's get right into the game. Ball, Cristiano Jr. takes it away. Mexa tries to close the space. Ronaldo with the chop. He centers it in, but Marcel does a great job to take it out. Mexa passes the ball along. Not much has been happening with these two teams. The ref blows a whistle. It is time for the second half. Hopefully one of these teams could come out with the win in the second half. Candejas on the ball, trying to outmuscle the player from Sporting. He centers the ball in. Who's in there? Giannini with the header. Is that a goal? No, it's not. It just goes wide. It's still 0-0 in the 54th minute. Cristiano's on the ball. He passes it to Jefferson. Jefferson stops. There's a heel kick. Cristiano Jr. controls, dribbles around, gets past one defender. He shoots the ball. Is that a goal? Yes, it is. Cristiano Jr. with his first goal of the season. 57th minute. What a goal. So marvelous from the Portuguese man, just like his father. What a spectacular goal. Gets past one defender, a bit of pace, and the shot. Top right hand corner, 1-0, 57th minute. So far, Sporting is dominating, but Mexa with the long ball, a slip in defense. Denane's on the ball, he cuts in. Does he shoot it? He shoots in, it hits off Candejas. It's still 1-0. Here's Vitor Lopez, the pass to Cristiano Jr. Jr. opens it wide to Ronaldo. Ronaldo passes it back to Cristiano. Cristiano with the shot. Gotardi with the save. Held in there. Can he shoot it? No. Spectacular save from Gotardi. Rondon has the ball now, but he does lose it. Ronaldo passes it to Cristiano. Cristiano chips it over. That's held in one-on-one. The shot. Beautiful save from Gotardi. Great pressure from the Sporting Lisbon defense. Vitor Lopez with the pass. Here's Slimane. He passes it to Cristiano Jr. Cristiano gets past them. They're trying to catch up. The shot. Gotardi with the save. It's still 1-0 in the 85th minute. The 90 minutes are almost up. The ref blows the whistle. Let's say Cristiano Jr.'s match rating for today's performance. The game ends 1-0, and Cristiano Jr. comes out of here with a 7.1 match rating. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the commentary over the gameplay. That was me. It was kind of a English/Australian accent. I know it wasn't that good, but I'll be working on it. I want to make it kind of into a cool commentator type of voice, but we do come out of here with the win, 7.1 match rating, and this is much better than the previous performances that Cristiano Jr. has had in any other game with Sporting Lisbon. But we do come out of here with the win, and this was a very good game from Cristiano Jr. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the commentary over the gameplay. I'm thinking of doing it like that. And I was reading the news, and people are saying that Cristiano Jr. is having a very disappointing season. He came from the 2nd division in the Spanish league, and people were expecting so much more from him, but he hasn't been doing so well. Cristiano Jr. barely scored his first goal in yesterday's game, and people are very disappointed. I am too. People had high expectations, but things didn't go our way. Cristiano Jr. is getting used to the climate, he's getting used to the team, he's getting used to the league, and things are just going to get better from here. But we do get our upcoming targets that were for the last 4 games. We didn't do so well. We failed on every single one of them. We got a 5.5 match rating. We only created 1 goal, and we only created 2 chances. So it's very disappointing to go from hitting all your targets to now failing every single one of them. But hopefully they can change the targets, you know, have something more realistic, because Cristiano Jr. wasn't going to get a 9.0. Not even when we played on professional did he get a 9.0 for all 4 games. But we're going to get into the second game of this episode, and it's going to be versus FC Sion in the Europa League. Hopefully Cristiano Jr. can score some more goals, and hopefully he can bring cheer and joy into Sporting Lisbon. But let's get into the game. This is gonna be a very important game. It's gonna be Sporting versus FC Sion in the Europa League. Sporting is gonna be looking for the win for the first 3 points in the group table, which consists of FC Twente, Sporting, FC Sion and Elfsberg. So this group is very good for Sporting. It looks like they're gonna be getting out, and they're gonna want to be in first place. But let's get right into the game and see what happens in these 90 minutes. Sporting are playing a possession style football. Here's Jefferson, he opens it wide to Junior. Cristiano Jr. dips one, he shoots it, the finesse. It's still 0-0 in the 7th minute. Sporting are on the counter attack. Sam passes it to Ronaldo. Cristiano's all by himself. He goes on the counter. Beautiful bubble spin. Beautiful piece of skill. He shoots it, and beautiful defense. It falls into the hands of the goalkeeper. It looks like Sporting are slowing the game down. One Carvalho to Helden. There's a pass to Cristiano Jr. and he does score. What a goal. His first goal in the Europa League. And it comes off a beautiful volley. A beautiful goal from Cristiano Jr. to put Sporting up 1-0. The beautiful pass from Helden to give it to Cristiano Jr. They are up 1-0. The Sporting Lisbon defense has been shutting down the FC Sion attack, but let's see what they can do. The center to Herrera, the header, defense takes it out, but Neuer with the shot, it's still 1-0. Ronaldo steals the ball, leaves it for Carvalho. Carvalho with the long pass. Is Cristiano Jr. through? No, he's not. It looks like it was offside. Let's see the replay, and it looks like he is just offside. Very unlucky for Cristiano Jr. We go to halftime, it's 1-0, and the Sporting defense has been doing so well keeping the balls out. Not many clear chances from FC Sion, but at halftime it is 1-0. They've been shutting down the wings all game. Let's see if they could keep the defense up. Here's Kawasi with the center to Aswafi. There's a header. What a goal. They level it up 1-1. It is the 54th minute, and they level it 1-1. FC Sion are back in the game. Let's see how Sporting Lisbon react to this. They draw the game 1-1, but here's a pass from Sam to Cristiano Jr. The shot, goalie parries it, Ronaldo's there, he shoots it. Sporting are back up 2-1, they're winning the game, they gain the 3 points. Beautiful play from Sporting Lisbon, they are up 2-1. The game ends and Sporting Lisbon wins, they get the 3 points, but let's say the match rating Cristiano Jr. got for today's game. Cristiano Jr. comes out here with a 6.6, not a very good match rating, but for what he was doing before, this is very good progress. He gets a 6.6 and he scored a goal in today's game, and he almost scored a second one, but we do get out of here with the win. Cristiano Jr. had a spectacular game and the team was playing so good as a whole, but we do get our upcoming targets for the next 4 games, and it looks like we're going to be facing Braga and FC Porto. These are going to be very important games, and these are the upcoming targets. We need a 7.1 match rating, we need to create 1 goal and 5 chances. I think that's a little more realistic. Thank you to the manager for giving us more realistic targets, but they're going to be 2 very important games in these 4 fixtures. Braga and Porto, very good teams, and it looks like we are going to be facing Braga in the next game. And I decided to see how Braga was doing in the league table. They're actually leading with 4 wins, so they have 12 points, and you know, we're in 6th place. We only lost once and we have 3 wins, so we have 9 points and we're 3 points away from them. So if we beat them in the next game, we can move up to 2nd or 3rd place, and depending on whether the other teams win too. But this is going to be a very important game. Braga are a very good side. They have a great attacking force. They have Eder. They have lots of great players, but hopefully we can win this game. Talk about an important game. It's early in the season and it's already gonna be Braga versus Sporting. Let's review the league table. Braga's in 1st place with 12 points. Sporting is in 6th with 9 points. So this could really help out Sporting if they get the win. But let's see what happens in today's game. Braga get a free kick. Custodio's gonna take it. He goes up. There's Nuno Reis with the header to take it out. Sam's on the ball. Cristiano Jr. makes a run. He gets past the defender. It's gonna be just him and the goalkeeper. Someone is running beside him. What does he do? He passes it to Helden and he misses it. What is going on? How do you miss that, Helden? Right in front of the goalkeeper. It is still 0-0. Sporting are still looking to get the early lead. Here's Cristiano Jr. There's 2 defenders on him. What does he do? A beautiful set of dribble. He shoots it. It hits off the defender. It goes out for the corner. Braga get the corner kick. Custodio's gonna whip it in. There's a center. Eder with the header. Is that the goal? No, it's not. It just goes wide. The header by Eder just goes wide. That could have been 1-0. It's halftime and these 2 teams go to the dressing room 0-0. Sporting had a very good opportunity to go up 1-0, but they didn't know how to take the opportunity. It is 0-0 at halftime. Sporting get a free kick. Let's see what they could get out of this. There goes the center to Perez. There's a header and it falls into the goalkeeper's hands. Jorginho's on the ball. He opens it to Barbosa. Elder Barbosa shoots it and it hits the side of the net. Very, very close opportunity. Braga get the throw in. Here we go with Rafa. Rafa to Luis Carlos. Here's Rafa. Does he send it in? There is Eder. He can't get to it. Custodio with the header to Barbosa. Barbosa scores a goal. They're winning the game 1-0 in the 84th minute. I don't see Sporting getting out of this game. Braga are up 1-0. The 90 minutes are up. Braga come out with the win. They get the 3 points and they're leading the league table with 15 points. A very disappointing loss for Sporting, but this is football. The game ends. Let's see Cristiano Jr.'s match rating for today's performance. Sporting sadly lose to Braga 1-0. This was a good opportunity for Sporting to make it to 3rd or 4th place, but they did lose and they're stuck with 9 points. But Cristiano Jr. did get a 6.5 match rating. He could have scored the goal. He didn't want to be selfish, so he passed it on to Helden. And Helden, I don't know what the hell he was doing. He smashed it and it went wide. But he does get a 6.5 match rating. If Helden would have scored that goal, his match rating would have gone up and we would have actually won this game. But just to show you guys the match facts, Sporting was controlling most of the game. It was a 50-50% possession, but Sporting had 8 shots, 6 on target, and Braga only had 4 shots, 2 on target. So Sporting were the team that were dominating, but we've made it to the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy it, remember to leave a like and comment. Subscribe if you're new if you like my content, and tell me what you guys thought about this new style of the player career mode for Cristiano Jr. Now tell me if you guys enjoy it. I'm going to work on the commentator voice, but this is the end of the video. I hope you guys have a nice day. I'm Quinkun, and I'll see you guys next time. But we're going to be facing Getafe in the first game of this episode. And, you know, we weren't doing that hot in the league. We're like in 6th, 7th place, and we're behind Getafe. So we needed to win this game no matter what to get into that 5th or 4th place spot, depending on whether Valencia was going to draw or lose. But we're getting the game off to a very good start. We're not